What's up, guys? I have had something weigh on my heart the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to share it with you. This is geared more towards millennials and whatever generation comes after the millennials. I recently found out that there was a younger generation. Not gonna lie, it made me a little sad because I felt kind of old. But anyway, that's beside the point. This is geared more towards young people and young Christians specifically. So I don't know if you guys have been in church recently, but if you have you noticed something missing? Young people. So you walk into a church and there's hardly anybody in their early 30s, young 20s, teenagers. They're just not there. For the most part anyway, it's your older folks. So that gets me thinking, what's going to happen to the church when those older people pass on? Is there even going to be a church? When I'm 40, 50, 60 years old, is the church going to exist? Because who's going to be going? And some people may think, well, it's always just been the old folks that go to church, but that's not the case. CBN did a study, and right now it's the highest portion of young people out of church right now, and it's dropping rapidly. So it makes me go, where are the young Christians? I know there are young Christians out there. I'm friends with a lot of people on Facebook. They're sharing their Bible verses and posts about loving God and Jesus. So I know there's millennials and younger generations that are Christians. They're just not in church. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Where was the fallout? And when they decide that they didn't need to be in church, didn't need to be involved in a Christian community. And what are they doing? Is it just go to church on Easter and eat at Chick-fil-A and you just get to waltz into heaven with your waffle fries and you're a good Christian? And I know that simply sitting in church and being on a church pew isn't going to make you a good Christian, but it is a big part of being a Christian. If you read the Bible, you should know that we're supposed to worship with other Christians and fellowship, pray, get teaching. Pastors aren't just called to preach to the lost. They're called to preach to believers as well, because we're all sinners and we sin constantly and we need to be kept in check. We need to be surrounded by other Christians and have that community. And for some reason, my generation and younger generations it's like we don't realize that that's an important part of being a Christian anymore. And I'm calling myself out too. There was a time period when I lived in Nashville when I attended a church, but I didn't really. It wasn't a regular thing for me, and I blamed my busy schedule, and I worked night shifts, I didn't want to get up in the morning. And I think a lot of people use those kind of excuses. And then even when I moved to Western North Carolina, oddly enough, one of my excuses was, well, there's no young people. And it's kind of awkward if you're by yourself or it's just you and one other person to walk into a church and it's people that are generations apart from you. Like, how do you relate to them? But we've got to get over that weirdness. And it just takes a couple millennials or younger people going into a church and then inviting their friends, inviting their coworkers. But something has got to happen, because if it doesn't, I'm afraid that there won't be a future church. People talk about, well, Social Security is not going to be around when I'm that age, but I'm going to the church. If something doesn't change, the pattern we're on right now, I look at it and I see no church in the future, because who's going to be there to go? And some people may not see it as a problem now. They may see, oh, that's tomorrow's problem. But think about it. If you've got little ones, if you've got kids, don't you want them to be part of Sunday schools and vacation Bible schools and mission trips and youth groups? I know I got to be a part of that kind of stuff when I was growing up, and I know that it helped shape me into the kind of person I am today. And I would hope that generations to come get those same experiences. But if there aren't any churches, then how will they get those? So you may see it as a problem for tomorrow, when in reality we need to start making a difference now. We need to start a revival in young people and millennials and younger generations. And we need to get our butts back in church and start making a difference, because otherwise I'm really afraid that churches are just going to start dying off. And because if you walk into a church today, there's not a lot of young people. And we've got to do something. It's really becoming a problem. So I'm kind of curious what you guys think. So leave a comment or send me a message and tell me what you think. Is it the fear of judgment from elders? Is it busy schedules? Is it the crappy music? Honestly, I want to know what you think is keeping the young people out of church. If you're a young Christian, what is keeping you out of church right now? I'm curious because I'm no expert at this. This is all just speculation, and it's been in my mind recently, and I feel like something needs to be done. That fire needs to be lit within my generation and younger generations to help keep the church alive. So let me know what you think. And if you thought this was a music video, I'm sorry. I promise I'll get back to posting those, but in my opinion, this kind of took precedence, and it's been weighing on my heart, so I felt like I needed to share it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.